Castti might be the biggest sweetheart in all of Octopath Traveler. As an apothecary, Castti wields an axe and can produce drugs on the spot as if she's a traveling pharmacy. Her path action is Inquire. This lets her have a friendly banter with others to gain valuable information. During the nighttime, her path action changes to Soothe. This lets you administer medical marijuana to anyone who might need it. This allows you to bypass certain NPCs if they are blocking an area. Her talent is Concoct. This lets you mix various ingredients in battle to help your team or to harm your foes. As you progress the story, Concoct will get stronger as you will have more potent ingredients. Some of these effects range from healing everyone, recovering SP, gaining BP, poisoning enemies, dealing damage, and a lot more. One quick thing I will say is that if you want to bring out the full potential of Castti, you will have to get familiar with concocting. Her latent power is called Every Drop Counts. This allows Castti to concoct without using materials. This might not seem like much when reading it, but Castti's concocting is very powerful. She has the ability to max out her entire team's BP at the very start of the battle, which allows you to go on the offensive right away. Her first battle skill is Healing Touch. This restores HP or revives a single ally. This skill is amazing if you don't have Temenos on your team. Next, we have Icicle. It deals ice-based damage to one foe. This skill is pretty underwhelming. If you have Oswald, go ahead and use this Ice Wind instead, as it is a lot stronger and hits multiple enemies. After that, we have Rehabilitate. This grants a single ally immunity to status for 2 turns. This might be nice for certain bosses, but other than that, you might not click this skill ever. Sweeping Cleave unleashes an axe attack on all foes. This skill is amazing. Any physical attack that can hit all foes is nothing to look past. If you are in a fight with various enemies, you can use this to see if any of them are weak to axes. Also, sometimes the same types of enemy like to group up, so you can use Sweeping Cleave to break all of their shields at once if timed properly. Her next skill is Poison Axe. This unleashes a powerful axe attack onto a single foe, poisoning them for 2 turns. This is my favorite skill of Castti outside of her concocting. It deals amazing damage and leaves them poisoned for 2 turns. The poison damage does a decent amount of damage to bosses and will add up in the long run. Replenish Health grants HP to a single ally for 3 turns after they take their action. If you really need to heal someone right away, I would suggest you using her first skill called Healing Touch. Replenish Health will work best if used at the start of a battle. This skill will pair up with Hikari really well. Hikari can draw in all single target attacks to himself and counter-attack. You can use Replenish Health on Hikari at the start of battle to help keep him in the fight. After that, we have Weak to Poison. This makes a single foe weak to poison for 2 turns. At max boost, this will be for 8 turns. This pairs extremely well with her Poison Axe skill. Weak to Poison gives the foe an additional weakness which will be displayed on screen. Every time they take poison damage at the end of their turn, they will lose 1 point of shield. This skill will be insane when you cast Weak to Poison on everyone and attack them with Poison Axe afterwards. Additionally, you can use Weak to Poison and then make any poison concoction you want. Her last skill is her divine skill called Dother's Charity. This lets you target an ally, and every time the ally uses an item, it will apply to the entire team. Just like in the first game, this divine skill is extremely broken. With this divine skill, you can heal the entire party with 1 item, you can restore everyone's BP to max with 1 item, or eat food that Ochet has prepared and have it affect the entire team. Casually playing through the game, you won't use this ability too much unless you are in a boss fight. After her divine skill, we have her support skills. Her first support skill is Immaculate, and I would recommend that everyone equip this support skill if you are grinding. Vigorous Victor restores 30% of Castti's HP and SP after winning a battle. I don't know why this was her first support skill. This seems like it could be a 3rd or 4th support skill. With Vigorous Victor, you are able to use skills in battle with Reckless Abandon, knowing that you will gain back a good portion of what you just used. Next, we have Hale and Hardy, which raises the equipping character's HP by 500. This skill is decent early on to help Castti stay alive, but I would highly recommend you change this out for something later. 500 HP in the grand scheme of things is not too helpful. Her 3rd support skill is Inspiriting Break, which restores your SP when breaking a foe. This support skill might be good when combined with other support skills, but Castti doesn't really have trouble maintaining SP. This may occasionally come in handy for long drawn out boss fights in which you'll run low on SP, but I would highly recommend you change this out for something else. Her last support skill is Preventative Measures. This grants her immunity to enfeebling effects at the start of the battle for 3 turns. Like the 2 previous support skills, this one is also situational. This may come in handy during certain fights, but like the other 2, I would highly recommend you swap this out for something later if you can. That's going to be it for Castti. If you don't have Temenos on your team, she is a good backup healer. She can dish out huge amounts of damage with Poison Axe and gain back lots of HP and SP in between battles. Like I said earlier, if you want Castti to be at her full potential, you will have to get familiar with Concocting. I strongly believe that Concocting is the best talent out of all the 8 characters. She has the ability to give your entire team a full BP bar at the starts of battle. If you guys did find this video helpful, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.